We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. And you are joining us at the top of a brand new arc as we are in the world of Pokemon. Far and wide creatures of every size, shape, and color have these extraordinary and amazing abilities. And today, our journey specifically begins on Route 11 of the Kanto region, as there is this beautiful arid forest full of dry hills and crickety, all warped trees, and there are Rattata skittering through the ground, there are Pidgey in the sky, there are Spearow flapping from branch to branch, and we currently zoom in on 4 young trainers who are all traveling across the Kanto region together. And as we sort of get closer to them, we are able to hear the conversation that they're currently having.
So, who's putting out the fire?
Oh, I got it. And little Poplio is gonna just waddle up, and like just
a
literally like a
spout of
fountain,
water.
like a cute little spout of water.
Okay, yeah, 100%, and it goes out within a few seconds.
All right, attaboy.
I was still using that. It's okay. I was heating up some snacks for us to take on the road, but it's okay. We can start another one.
Well, they could just be medium rare. It'll be fine.
Have you had these fish jerky before? You don't really want.
Oh no, fish jerky was.
It's really good. Hold on, let me start another fire really
It's
quick.
an acquired taste.
I'm gonna look around for my newly acquired Pokemon Chimchar that's been joining the group, and I'm gonna take the sticks that were doused with water and kind of wick them off for a little bit, and say, Axel, come here really quick. I need you to heat this up, and I'll just set them back up, and I'm gonna let my little Chimchar spit some fire on it.
Yeah, easily enough, Axel will just kind of like give you like a Chimchar, and we'll just kind of like start walking towards you and walk over and it'll immediately, like, even still wet from the water, like reignite itself.
Good. Okay, cool. And then Richter, bring me my bag, please. And wherever he is, I'm gonna have my Gibble Richter bring forth my
tiny
bag
little
full of-
gray land shark walk over, grab your bag, and just drag it through the fucking dirt all the way to you.
Thanks, buddy.
And he's doing that thing where, in this forest, because it's like quite dry and quite arid, the route is like, the dirt is almost closer to like a sand, and he's just like, as he's traveling it towards you, he'll just like pick up a handful of it and just, yeah, ball.
All right, let's leave it out of the bag if we can. And then I'm going to start cooking up some more of the remaining jerky that I have just to dry it up and make sure we're good to go. I actually have a process for this now that my team is not fully complete, but very close to it. I take the jerky from my bag, I hand it over to my other Pokemon, Anchor, who absorbs all the moisture from it and dries it out.
Tiny little leaf, the purple
heats it
plant
up, my
tentacle Pokemon.
The leaf will absorb it using its ability, and then I will just kind of roast it over the stove, and then the fire, and then toss free bits over to Bowie, my Totodile.
Yeah, that is a process to get some jerky done, but you know what? It works.
It's
It
Bowie
works.
tax, Totodile tax.
Yep. Hundos. And what about the rest of you? Are you enjoying the smell of dehydrated roasting fish?
Coryne is really working on trying
It's
to
salmon,
accept
it's
this
nice.
flavor profile.
It's
Yeah.
good.
And
You'll appreciate it.
I will have a hard time believing you, but boy, I'll try. And Coryne kind of like crinkles up her nose and she goes, hey, Thornton, help me do these bedrolls, would you? And Corinne's little buddy is gonna pop over and is gonna start using their tendrils to help like roll the bedrolls and get them tight and tied up. And you see as Coryne is this pretty big, strong, muscular woman who's tanned from the sun that they've been walking in. She has her backpack set down to the side and she pulls out Pokeballs and she was like, well, I mean, we might as well all walk, right? And she starts releasing her Vulpix Smolder, her Beedrill Beatrix, and then of course her War Turtle Myrtle. And as they pop out, immediately they're just like, like, what's going on? And Myrtle starts going over and seeing what Bowie's doing, and Smolder goes over and sees Chimchar and is like, whoa. So as they're doing that, and Coryne kind of takes her combat boots and sticks them on top of the bedroll and just goes yoink and ties it really tight, sticks it onto the backpack, and then slings the backpack up around and buckles it in front of her, and then is just kind of helping out around the camp, seeing what's going on.
Hell yeah. And then what about you, DJ?
DJ, she kind of looks at her little Poplio and goes, now, Blano, you're on fire duty. So, as soon as they're done with that fire, you best be getting it done, right? Got it?
Poplio. Poplio.
Now give me some fin. And she'll hold out her... Nice. And she's gonna pop out her Riolu and her Ivysaur, who are both quite literally this big, teeny tiny. And then she'll pull the notebook out of her backpack and say, "All right, you two, listen up. Tan Hut."
As you say that, your Ivysaur will turn and attempt to do the best like vine salute possible, whereas Tabasco, your pygmy Riolu, just kind of real and just kind of looks at you.
Well, now what's the matter with you?
And it's very much like there is love and affection there, but also is a little shit occasionally, and has decided that today is the sticking point is going to be listening to orders.
All right, well, I love the fire in that belly, but I'm going to need you to actually listen up because we got to get moving. So, Tabasco, you are on tent duty. I'm going to need you to tear down our tent. Got it? All right. Aleppo. And she'll look at the... and she'll, like, look around at what's left to do at the camp and be like, now I have a very important mission for you. Top secret, though, you gotta come here.
Sore.
I need you to collect as many sticks as you can. Not ones that are on fire. Other sticks. I need you to collect as many as you can. Alright? Back to you.
Sore.
No, sticks, like little twigs. Not like branches. Yeah.
Ivysaur. And just without like another word, turns and off into the forest.
And DJ's gonna look at Tabasco and just go, ought to keep him busy.
Alright,
now get to.
Real. And immediately like goes and starts like unhooking a part of the tent and starts pulling up sticks. And the problem with being a pygmy Pokemon is Riolu is a size category smaller than most Pokemon would be. So like pulling up a stake is like a whole body endeavor of and pulls it up.
Tent stakes, crazy.
Yeah. And like he's pretty strong, right? Because he is a fighting type, so he's got some muscles on him, but he is still very little.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he's also the one who put the stakes in, which means they're in there.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Just a strong punch to knock him in. And he's like, oh, I gotta pull this out.
Yeah, it's like I have fun.
Yeah.
You ever
Why am
tie
I
a
so
screw
strong?
too tight?
It's the moment you put a bolt on and you kick the wrench back the other way. It's like,
Yep.
it's a whole body endeavor to get it through.
And then DJ is gonna like throw on. She's got this orange bomber jacket with all these black patches, and she's gonna throw that on, roll the sleeves up to reveal both her tattoo sleeves. Kind of look around, see anyone else need help with anything? I feel like we got it covered. Got a good little crew here.
I'm good, Seth.
Yeah, I just gotta pack up this stuff here. If you want to put out the fire, now is the time. We're good now.
Wano!
I didn't say yet.
And just like immediately put
And you're gonna see Seth, where someone would normally flinch getting doused with water, is a very common occurrence for Seth. So you're gonna see him in his basically his swim trunk shorts that he has that are marked with the Vermillion City Gym logo and branding. He has a similar material style shirt that's like blue with like white edges that is also water resistant, and his large orange apron smock that has rope for the ties that he has that just kind of wicks the water off of it. Standing up, and you can see gleaming in the sunlight, is beautiful Croco Crocs, which are Crocs that look like crocodiles. And he will say, yeah, I think we are ready to go. Bags are packed. Richter has only eaten 2 pounds of sand, so we can get moving before he eats more, and we'll have to fill in.
Yeah, ball.
Traveling light, huh?
Yeah, I know. But I think we're good.
And the fourth member of your party, Vermilion, actually ended up getting up early and getting everything packed earlier, and they kind of look at it like, yeah, I'm ready to go whenever you guys are ready to go. And currently they're flanked by their 2 larger Pokemon, their Magmar Zippo, and their Scizor Gerber. And they are currently holding, as they have been for the last 2 weeks in their arms, this like golden cocoon Pokemon. As they've been traveling with their Kakuna out, hoping that soon there will be some form of evolution.
How heavy is that thing?
I will find that information for you.
But I will do everything in my power to
find that information.
So I imagine every day they're just
that is a
slowly
22-pound cocoon.
Every
Oh
day
my
just slowly
Jesus.
looking at Corinne's arms, just being like, "Oh, should I ask Coryne? No. I
Yeah.
shouldn't. This is my
Vermillion's
Pokemon.
starting to
I
look
should-"
like Corinne at that point. Jesus.
The one arm lifting. Let's go.
The curls with the cocoon.
But I think
I
we're
feel like
ready
every
to
once
go.
in a while, Corinne would offer.
Yeah, and they'd be like, no, this is my journey. And they'd have to figure it out. It's their penance as you guys flash back to a moment almost a month and a half ago now, where they beamed a Weedle in the top of the head with a Pokeball.
Poor thing. Poor thing.
But I believe camp is packed up, and we are ready to continue to hit the road.
Yeah, you are currently continuing down Route 11 en route from Route 13 and Fuchsia City before that, and Seafoam City even further before that, as you are currently headed towards Vermillion City, not to be confused with Vermilion, your friend. Though there may be some overlap between those 2 names.
Can I just, as we're getting closer to the city, are the vibes in Vermilion changing at all? Or like, are we getting anxiety? Are we excited? What's the
Remember
vibe?
when I mentioned that Vermilion woke up early? That's not a Vermilion move. Vermilion is a
Yeah,
sleep
okay.
until it's time to leave kind of person.
Yeah.
So there is definitely some amount of unrest going on with your traveling compatriot.
While we're walking to break the ice, I will, of the silence that is the deafening footsteps of Vermilion, I will
in their giant platform.
ask out to the group. So I'm thinking when we get to the city, we try and take the gym out as soon as possible, just so that it's out of the way and we don't have to wait in like a queue or anything like that. How does that sound for plan of attack?
Sounds pretty good to me, considering how the last couple cities we've been in, something has happened, and we haven't gotten to get to the gym. So I think your strategy's good.
Why do I feel like I'm being judged? What's just
Yeah, I'm
happening?
looking
you
at
are.
you,
Because you
Professor.
Yeah, I think if we do the gym, I don't know. I feel like after doing the tournament, I've been kind of itching for a battle that wasn't as high stakes, and I feel like a gym battle's lower stakes than this.
I am a little nervous about this gym. I'm not gonna lie.
Because of
Just in general, I don't like. I went through the other gyms because I knew I'd be all right, but these guys are still a little green.
I mean, you saw Surge at the party. He was like, he's old. I don't think he's gonna put
Because
up much
he's
of a
old, don't mean his Pokemon are old.
Professor, how old are his Pokemon? When's the last time I saw his Pokemon?
do we have
His-
geriatric Pokemon?
Give me
Well,
visuals
Pokemon
of his
live
Pokemon. Google, pull up his Pokemon.
Varying lifespan.
Enhanced.
Just got
Count the
meme you were
wrinkles.
Google,
making
show me
that.
this guy's Pokemon.
But as you think about it, some of his Pokemon are on the older side and have retired. Like his famous Raichu, I think, is the only one of his battlers that's still on his team. But in terms of Pokemon he's using against you guys, gym leaders often don't use their actual teams against trainers. They use, individual other Pokemon. So it probably will be a fighting age.
All I'm saying is I'm hoping I catch some sort of something on the way to give me a little bit of a type advantage.
That makes sense. My current plan is to just have Richter
Do his
Richter-
thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just gonna
Yeah, ball. Sprinkles more sand into his mouth.
Yes.
He's got the right idea.
Yep.
And then
Good. That's
somebody
great.
else will go on to it. Axel, do you feel up for it? I know new
Chimchar?
team haven't done any. Yeah, just hit him with some fire.
Your Pokemon gets like 1,000-yard stare. Chimchar!
It'll be
And
fine.
just like
Okay,
pops
cool.
out
All
of it.
Nice. I don't know where you
like-
went. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, because meeting this Pokemon after you were both the Chimchar and the Popplio, you guys were sort of unceremoniously thrown into the path of these two Pokemon, and they are the two newest additions to the sort of like group that you guys have created. It is definitely that thing where these Pokemon are very much young Pokemon still and like to battle and everything, but they've been through traumatic moments, and occasionally you'll see flashes of that in who they are. But for the most part, they seem excited to do battle. And as you're kind of talking to everybody, Vermilion pipes up and goes, I was doing some research into Surge's Gym, and apparently their standard is single battle 3v3s. So they look down at their third Pokemon, who is a Kakuna, and they're like, so I'm hoping that I only have to use 2 Pokemon. Because if I get to this third one, I'll probably forfeit if I get down to the third one. And then pulls Kakuna back out. Sorry, Rose, I had to clean you real quick.
That's very kind of you.
Have you been doing those treatments for the Kakuna to help encourage it?
I used the ointment you gave me, and I've been rubbing it on the shell on the outer side.
Nice. That should work. I don't know if it's going to speed it up like drastically, but it'll know that you're doing it, and that helps with making sure you guys are still like cool with each other.
Yeah. And then there's another thought to the first time Weedle was ever used on Cinnabar Island, where immediately ran away, started screaming its own name. So we're living. But yeah, the camp has been set up. You guys are free to travel down the route. Route 11, as I said, is this sort of like dry, airy route. But as you're coming off Route 13, the forest starts to separate a little bit more, and you see these large like swaths of fields, grass, and movement. So when you're traveling, you guys obviously can all travel as a group. However, remember with the training limit, you can only have a certain amount of Pokemon prepared for battle. Who are your guys' like battlers that you're ready to be like fight if something happens? Not that I'm saying anything will.
I think for me, it's going to be Richter and Anchor.
Okay.
Just to give them more frontline experience, and Bowie and Axel will be on both of my shoulders, respectively.
That's a lot of weight. Those
I've got to get my strength training
2
up somehow.
toddlers just on your back. Okay. What about the other 2?
I'm gonna have Aleppo and Tabasco ready to go. Poblano
Nice.
still needs some time.
Poblano is so cute. Coryne has had Thornton and Smolder out for the majority of the travel. Just kind of like talking with them and spending quality time with them, and then of course if any little battles pop up, she'd like them to have some experience, so she's gonna have them out.
Okay.
And as they're walking, Corinne's gonna kind of like catch the vibe that everybody's like looking for Pokemon since we're talking about this battle, and Corinne's gonna take her. So Coryne has like a techno bob, right, where it's kind of like it's shorter on one side and longer than the other, so she's gonna take it as much of it as she can and put it up into like a really small itty bitty bun.
Yeah, you get the shortest bang kind of like pops off the one side.
Yeah. You can kind of see like she has like kind of an undercut that hasn't been super well kept since they left the last city that they were in. And she also she unzips her cargo pants to turn them into cargo shorts, and she tucks them into her bag, and she's like getting ready to go.
Primo fashion choice. I approve. Okay. On the note of you guys looking for Pokemon, you guys want to make me some like tracking or spot hidden checks?
Would love to.
I don't want to. Just kidding.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. It's fine, Matt.
I
You
don't
have
have
to play.
bonuses in either of those categories.
Okay.
If I don't have a bonus, I just roll the flat die associated,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Ooh,
And if there are multiple dice associated, you get to pick which one.
First explosion of Arc 2.
Yay!
Explode on D4.
You're hilarious.
I
All right.
know I am.
DJ, what'd you get?
15.
Seth, what'd you get?
12.
Corinne, what'd you get?
15.
Ooh.
Okay. Who wants to roll
I'm
the
happy
D4
with my team. I
for
don't
what's
need to
going to
catch
show
any
up?
more Pokemon.
The D4?
Yeah, who wants to roll me a D4?
I shall. Just kidding.
You guys
It was-
know
Torie
I
will
love to
do it.
roll circumstance dice. Yes.
Okay.
D4.
Oh
Yeah, roll me
no,
that
Birdie
D4.
did too. No, we don't need more circumstantial rollers.
What you got going on?
3.
3.
That's the murder number. No.
It really, listen. For those of you that finished Arc 1, 3 really does feel like a murder number, and I feel like we need to step away from that.
Yep.
Hey, we're living. Also, to clarify, if you've not seen Arc 1, don't worry. You don't have to. Please go back and watch it at some point. You don't have to. Okay. So as... I'm gonna pull this up. Okay. Okay. So, as we
Stress. I
are
don't like this at
walking
all.
down Route 11, Route 11 is a pretty well-traveled route because you need to follow it to get through to Route 12, which will take you up to Lavender Town, or to Route 13, which is the longest land route in Kanto, which takes you down to Fuchsia City. That's the direction you guys just came from. The Pokemon that are normally associated with this area are, Pidgey, Rattata, like Ekans, Sandshrew, Drowsy every once in a while. You see all sorts of different Pokemon. So when you hear the barking of a dog-like Pokemon, you kind of like takes your moment out. Question is which dog-like Pokemon? There's a question.
I know, I have a list of them.
Entei. Get on out.
Entei came out.
Shit.
Second legendary in 2 sessions. Let's go.
Oh my god.
But as you start to hear like the yapping of like a dog-like Pokemon, it definitely like
Yapping.
draws the eye. And you can see now that ahead of you there is some sort of like rocky structure sticking out of one of the hills by the forest. And you can see that it's like there are like signs and like that like plastic orange grid like fencing that gets put up, like where they put in like a T stake and then they like put the orange fencing
Wrap
up and
the-
everything.
The
Yeah.
construction.
And
stuff.
it's sort of like it says like an off limits area, and you can see that there's sort of like this like smaller Pokemon sitting on the trail like barking at one of the workers who's just inside of the fence, who's just kind of like, no, you can't come back here yet, go, we're not done, go. And in a bit of a somber note, there is a quick flashback to 2 separate instances from each of you, but you lived the same moment as many citizens of Kanto did, to a moment a few weeks ago where you were traveling and you got the news on your phone that the Blue Rockets, a terrorist organization here within the Kanto region, had succeeded in destroying the Diglett Caves, which is a very important piece of sort of Kanto's history that connects East and West Kanto through an underground route that's often traveled by trainers. And as you step closer down the trail and see this dog Pokemon yapping at the cavern, you recognize that that's what this is. There are crews of workers and worker Pokemon outside of this large rock structure that you recognize. The split in the rock leads down into Diglett Cave, and they're pulling tons and tons and tons of dirt and stone, attempting to restore Diglett Cave to what it was. As those memories start to stir, you can't help but stir back to 2 weeks ago, when a similar incident occurred at Seafoam City, where you managed to witness a legendary Pokemon take flight. And it caused undue havoc and destroyed a cavern there. So Aaron just really hates caverns, is what we're learning. Yeah, but like you do see this Pokemon, and it gets to the point where as the Pokemon is there, you hear it go "Arr!" and start to fully like howl at this point in time. Those of you who are very familiar with Pokemon moves recognize it's actually using the move Howl, which is increasing its attack die size. And the worker kind of like starts like backing off, and you realize that this Pokemon is probably gonna start doing something if somebody doesn't do something soon.
Do we recognize it? Like, what kind of Pokemon it is?
You
No.
do not recognize this Pokemon as it is not native to the Kanto region. If you'd like me to visibly describe it to you, absolutely will.
Can you?
Absolutely. As you like sort of like get a little bit closer and you can see like what was just a vague form of like a Canid-esque Pokemon beginning to howl, you see it's got this like beautiful like beige brown sort of fur that comes out the sides and little like flappy little ears and this giant white fluffy tail that comes out the back and a little dark snout with big blue eyes as you see this like very cute dog looking Pokemon.
Can I pull up my Pokemon?
You absolutely can.
Can Bowie pull out my Pokedex?
Bowie absolutely can.
Do I have a Pokedex?
You do. Would you like to pull that out too?
You got this far, and you're like, what did I need?
I love that DJ as a person probably only utilizes their own notebook and never pulls out their Pokedex. Like that as a thing is like perfect.
Like people
Imagine
take
the
notes
color
on their
coding
Pokedge. People take
figure
notes
that
like,
out.
Yeah.
bro.
I got a sticky note for it.
You've
Hold on,
noticed.
hold on.
You've noticed as you guys are like traveling with DJ, she is surprisingly organized for the chaos that is that notebook. Like it's a thick notebook, and but you do. It's color coded. Everything is in sections. Like different symbols on the pages mean different things. Like she's very organized, and so
That's incredible.
she does first flip through her notebook to try and figure it out, and then she's like, what am I doing? She pulls out her Pokedex.
So as you all three like take out your Pokedexes, there's sort of like a trio of like disparate voices, all going at the same time.
Ruff, the puppy Pokemon. It's considered to be a good Pokemon for beginners because of its friendliness, but as they develop, their disposition grows more violent and aggressive. Many trainers find them too much to handle and abandon them.
Oh, that's really sad. What? Also, we should have only
I
one of
need
us
it.
done that. I realize now that was really loud.
Yeah, that was kind of like a
Did
color
that
spell.
draw
Although
the
I feel like
attention
at one
of
point my Pokedex like harmonized with yours, and that was weird.
No, at this point the Rockruff is kind of focused and it's kind of growling a little bit more, like fully starting to like snarl at the worker. Who the worker starts to like back up and he goes, "Are you guys trainers? Can you like
looks
do something
friendly.
about this?"
Oh.
Hi, yeah, we're trainers.
Hi.
We can. Yeah, let's get on. DJ, you go.
Oh, all right. Vasco, you ready, bud?
Real. And he's gonna
Okay,
be like ready to go. No,
Alright,
like ready to
that's-
fight Real.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were gonna
Real.
just kick him over to it and just.
Like no, get over there.
Hunt him into battle.
Listen, I wouldn't kick him. I would throw him like a football.
Yep.
A spiral.
So we can spiral in, yeah.
All right, bud. And
He just
Oh, real quick,
She'll-
Tori, can you make me a D100 roll real quick?
oh yeah. She will also, just so you know, Tabasco has a black belt. Like that's the item that he carries with him.
He knows
Um,
Kawadi?
He knows Kawaki.
yeah, he does.
He knows
And
Kawadi?
she's gonna tie it even tighter around his head. So
knows
it's
Muay
not
Thai?
around his. He knows
I'm
jujitsu.
widowy hitting
okay?
the Gwitty right now.
Widowy hitting
Nice.
the Gwitty.
Widowy.
Widowy. So she'll like tighten it behind his head. That's a 41, Aaron.
Okay, I just need to know whether or not you roll 100, so I knew whether or not I had misquoted the color of this Pokemon. I needed to see if it was shiny or not.
Oh no.
Okay.
So she'll tighten and go, all right, bud, let's do it.
Riolu. And he does like the full like Naruto like stance, like he's ready to go.
I just kind of
hell
bop
yeah.
my head against his and we're ready to go.
Oh shit, that means you're about to start battle. Aaron should pull out a die. Okay, let's do this. Okay, as Tabasco like kind of like gets in
My
the stance,
first battle.
and you see that the worker has like looked over at you. The sort of eye line of this Rockruff like follows and like sort of goes like, and is gonna just like snarl at you even more. Not using the move snarl, it's all for flavor. And we're gonna roll our speed dice as we get into the first battle of this arc.
First battle mark 2!
And I rolled
And
like
also
garbage.
my first battle ever?
Let's go.
Good job. Let's do
I'm
this.
scared. Okay.
What's funny is that's not what the music's
Oh.
gonna sound like.
No, not at all. Not
So-
at all.
Yeah, this is true.
So I am just adding just the speed die flat, or do
No,
I add
plus rank.
anything?
Anytime you roll
Plus my
anything,
rank.
it's just
Every
for your
time it's plus
Pokemon.
rank.
Yeah, anytime you roll a stat die of any kind, you add your rank or badges for whatever the thing.
Okay.
Okay, what'd you roll?
11.
I rolled a 5, so you're definitely going first.
Heck
So
yeah.
what are you? So when you get into this lead off, how are you commanding Tabasco? What are you saying? What's the energy? Give me everything.
DJ is gonna kind of look at the construction guy and go, "Oh, hi! Don't worry, we got it." And she'll kind of like, I don't think she needs to do anything to usher Tabasco forward. I think he's got it. So he just kind of like,
He's just like,
if he's going,
Yeah.
he'll like drop his arms and like pretend to roll up his sleeves, and kind of
His
like
non-existent
strut.
sleeves. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna strut because he sees her do it all the time, right? So
That's
he's
true,
just gonna
that's true,
mimic
that's
what
true.
she does.
Uh-huh.
And she has these black, almost like ski goggles atop her head, and her hair right now is her like very long white hair is in 3 braids, so 2 down the side and 1 straight down the back. So she's gonna like fashion them over her eyes, get the braids out of the way, and then just kind of cross her own arms and sit back and go, "All right, bud, get him." And Riolu is gonna take a step back and kind of structure his own stance,
Okay.
and brace himself, because often the moves are a little bit more powerful than his tiny little body can really handle unless he braces himself.
Mhm.
And he's gonna like pull his hands like this and push straight out and start with a vacuum wave.
Man is Kamehamehaing right now at me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna
Oh.
start
like
with a
it, I
vacuum
like it.
wave.
Okay, start with the vacuum wave. That's special
Yes.
attack?
Yes, he will roll his special attack die. It's a D8.
I'm gonna roll my D6 special defense. Oh no, I exploded my first explosion of the campaign.
Second
I
explosion.
also exploded.
Oh,
Right?
All right,
It's-
guys. All right.
'Cause-
We don't need to like.
If I'm rolling a
No,
D8 and I roll an 8, it's
that's an
explosion.
explosion. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Matt, I
rude.
need you to contain your jealousy. I'm sorry.
Again.
Okay. So as he kind of braces himself and like pushes his hands forward, you see his arms start to shake a little bit, and like almost like a shimmering energy, kind of like when it's really humid outside. Like it's still clear, there's no color to it, but the air shifts a little bit, and you can feel almost like a burst of wind behind us from behind Tabasco, as this tiny little Riolu shoots a wave of energy at Ruff. And the energy it's basically a blast of empty vacuum air, right? And so presumably this Ruff, his fur kind of just goes boom, like he looks like he just is in a
In a fucking
He's like-
vortex.
yeah, he's in a little vortex. He's like a dog that stuck his head out the window on the highway. His fur is just
And what's
it's
the
gonna
wound damage
push
on
him
that?
back. So that's gonna be 2 wounds normally, plus his stab, plus the black belt gives him an extra wound. So 4 wounds
It's actually gonna
total.
also get another wound because Ruff is a rock type and weak to fighting type moves.
Okay.
So you just did 2 major wounds opening the fight. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, as Tabasco comes up and whoof, there is that immediate moment of like pushing him back, and you see that the Ruff like struggles, and then immediately begins to like run at Tabasco. And you see his little fangs are gonna start to glow with like black energy, and he's gonna go, and he's gonna like open up his mouth and attempt to bite at Tabasco.
Is that a dark move?
It is a dark type move.
Okay, so he resists dark.
Yeah.
I roll a defense die, right? There's no. That's
Yep. You just roll your defense die.
okay. That just changes the amount of damage done.
Yes.
Oh, I exploded.
Well, I didn't, and I rolled like poopy, even though I have a D10 right now because he howled before this battle. What did you roll?
I rolled a 9 total. I exploded,
Okay.
and then I got a 1.
I rolled a 5. So what does it look like as Tabasco manages to either dodge or tank this hit?
I think that the vacuum wave is still kind of going a little bit.
Okay.
So he's kind of running through the vacuum wave, and it's dealing like a little bit of damage to him as he's going. And then when he launches Tabasco, like when he goes to bite Tabasco's just gonna go boom and push a tiny little extra jolt out, and it's gonna like push him back a little bit.
Yeah, and it's just enough to where like the jaw like snaps closed like inches before Tabasco. But it is now Tabasco's turn again. How's Tabasco following this up?
So I think he sees the little snap of the jaws, and he's kind of annoyed. Because he's a little brat, so he's kind of annoyed, and he's like, YOLO. And he pushes his one, he's like, no thank you, and pushes his one hand out, and he's gonna use Force Palm. And he's just gonna, like, basically palm this thing in the face.
Okay, let's see if you hit. Damn.
And try and push him back again. That is a physical move, so I roll my attack die. Oh, I did not explode. That's a 7.
That's a 7. I have a 4 plus 3, so it's also a 7. But we have the rule of meets it, beats it in this game. So that means what does it look like as you faint this Pokemon?
Oh, no! Wait. Okay, clarifying question.
Yes.
If I faint him, can I still catch him or no?
Actually, we reward you for fainting a Pokemon in this game when it comes to catching them. And it's more likely that you can catch them.
Okay. So basically Tabasco is just gonna be like kind of annoyed, and then like push him back again, and there's just a little pulse of energy that comes out of Tabasco's tiny little hand.
Yeah, it goes, and the Force Palm like hits, and it goes, and you just see the Rockruff go, and just hit the ground, like just out. And this Pokemon is there, and you hit the work and go, cool, thanks, appreciate it, and then he just goes back to work.
All right. Oh, good job, Tabasco. And I'm just gonna put a little fist out.
Real. And just like, even though he's still being a little brat, gives you a high five to your fist bump. Yeah.
The turkey, yeah. And then I will take out an empty Pokeball.
Okay. Cool. With that, you're just using a base Pokeball with a catch rate of 1. Will you do me the favor of rolling a d20 and adding the catch rate of your ball, which is 1, and letting me know what the outcome is?
Yes. That is a 12.
A 12. That beats the current difficulty of 10, meaning that as you toss the Pokeball, it... You have successfully captured Rockruff.
Let's go.
Nice.
And you
Yay!
have successfully done your first on-screen capture. Torie,
First
I'm gonna
Pokemon
go
card.
ahead and send you the information for your Rockruff. I think the only thing I haven't rolled for yet, which you're free to add on your own, is the nature of this Pokemon. So please go ahead and roll me 2d6s, rerolling.
Okay. That is a 1 and a 1.
That is a 1 and a 1. I believe that's gonna be a neutral nature, which means that you, I think accurately for how this Pokemon was describing itself, have received a hardy Rockruff. He's hardy. He's a survivor.
He's a survivor.
I like it.
He
Okay.
ain't gonna take it.
I'm gonna have to.
But that Pokemon it'll be some time before your Pokemon will able to naturally come back to on his own, unless you want to take him to some sort of Pokemon Center. But for now, you have successfully captured this Rockruff in a Pokeball.
And I think she'll like pick up the Pokeball and be like, "Sorry, little buddy." And
Vermilion
tuck
will
it.
pat you on the arm as you say that and go, I've only done it once and yours went way better than mine. So you're doing great. You're doing
I don't
great.
like that part.
It's not a fun part, but also they enjoy it. So like,
I know.
they like to battle. You know, battling is fun.
And honestly, he looked like he was having a great time. So.
But yeah, you tuck the Pokeball away.
Yeah, I'll strap it. She's got like 2 little strappy bags. One crossbody and then 2 belts essentially. And the belt, one of her belts has connection straps for Pokeballs. So she's gonna wrap it in one of those. I have one more question.
Absolutely, go for it.
Do we have to roll if this is a little boy or a little girl? Or is that on here?
We do. I did not decide for that. Roll me. You got a 50-50 shot, Doc. Roll me a D100.
All right.
And the size too, right?
100.
Size I did determine beforehand because that was
Yeah, that's
easy. Yeah.
Do we know rank?
38.
38. That means you got another little guy. you got a.
It's
you got
gonna
a
be this
fourth
tiny little
guy.
girl surrounded by tiny little guys.
Tiny little guys.
Perfect.
Um,
Okay, I will be choosing a name for him.
And I believe the rank is on the sheet as well.
It is. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, you got you.
Is it?
Is it? Kenna can't stand not knowing things. You got to tell Kenna. you got to tell Kenna.
Tell me
The rank 3.
Cute little Bobby.
Okay.
I love Kenna's sound bricks. They're great.
Sorry. This is never gonna change. New arc.
Oh no,
save
I know.
me.
I
don't
know it
know
will
why I
never
don't-
change. I embrace it.
Yeah, as you have like successfully captured at this point Ruff, you kind of look around, and as you sort of like think about it more, you look at the caves and go, "Oh, this rock type guy probably lived in that cave before it blew up." And it is one of those unfortunate natures of currently within Kanto, there are at least 2 major criminal organizations. The Blue Rockets and the Crimson Rockets, both, offshoots of the old Team Rocket. And you guys have unfortunately had encounters with the Blue Rockets at some point.
We killed them all.
And you murderized every single one of them.
All right. To be fair, Coryne killed one.
Coryne killed
I would
all
like
of them.
to dispute this fact, okay? I did not.
You just called it a fact, is all I'm going to say. We didn't even call it a fact. You called it a fact. Freudian slip.
Your words,
Dispute.
not ours.
Dispute.
Let the record show. They admitted
Let
guilt.
the record show.
You do see that, like, as you go by, Diglett Cave is not a small landmark, and you actually do have to, like, walk around it in order to get towards the city and continue following the route. And you see that this, like, orange fence has not only been fenced off the entrance, but, like, all of the hills that go over it as well. We're worried about it destabilizing, so all the Pokemon that lived above it can't be there while they're trying to restabilize it. And it seems like maybe a lot of the Pokemon in the local region, who, when they blew up this tunnel, they upset more than just the tunnel. They upset everything around it as well.
It's a whole ecosystem out of whack now.
Yup. And you're
Asshole.
kind of like left with that thought. But one of the nice things though about this is as you do end up getting around, Diglett Cave, you do finally make like visual contact with Vermillion City, this massive shining harbor, the biggest harbor in Kanto. As you, for the first time since leaving, since properly leaving Fuchsia City, you can see the full ocean out in front of you. There are points where the route kind of gets close to it on Route 13, but you're really able to see how there are these massive ships and all of these docks that go out into the water, and you see like a seawall out in the distance. And you can see that even closer there are these like skyscrapers and large businesses and buildings and open air markets. And you officially have reached Vermilion City at this point in time. On that note, your teammate Vermilion does do a subtle thing, which you are very aware of when they do now, where they pop up their hood, pull their little strings, as they have been reticent to talk about their past, though they're probably from their namesake city.
Coryne's probably been walking towards, we don't, if we're not walking in a line, Coryne naturally just waddles up front. Corinne's gonna kind of drop back and just put a hand on Vermilion's shoulder and just be like, hey, you need anybody to run interference or anything like that? Or if you want to talk about anything, I'm here.
Heard and understood.
And if not, we won't talk about anything.
Even better.
All right, where are we going?
Well, the Pokemon Center is that way. The Mart's over there. If you're wanting to register at the gym, it's over by the water that way. Wherever you need to head.
Do we want to check into the Pokemon Center, then go to the gym, just so we can drop our bags?
Sure. We can drop the bags, maybe put Ruff in for some healing.
Smart.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, we can do that. It's this way. And Vermilion, of course, definitely being from Vermilion City, is going to start to lead you guys. Let me roll something real quick. Actually, I'm going to have Kenna roll it. Kenna, roll me a D100.
Okay, let me grab a 0 dice. 700. I'm kidding, 70.
70? Okay. You didn't roll within the chance limits. Okay.
Chance
So-
limits of what? Chance limits of
Yeah.
what? Chance limits
I don't
of
know.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow up another city. Watch. It's going to happen.
Oh God.
We're running out of them.
Corinne, Stop.
We only have so many.
No, but
Really?
you
So many
guys...
cities.
You guys start to walk through the city, and as you're moving, Vermilion will very quietly tell you about the things that you're passing. So, first entering into the city, They immediately point out to you the Pokemart that's there, which is way bigger than a lot of the Pokemarts you've seen before. It's like a 3-story Pokemart. Hint to you guys, outside of Celadon, if you guys are wanting to find TMs, this is going to be the place to do it. Celadon has the most, but this is like second or third in the running.
All right, noted.
The harbor itself, you also have to pass by. It's huge. There are like cruise ships, and like 1 or 2 like battleship sized things. Like they are. It is a massive harbor.
We have battleships?
Yeah, to like carry all of your Pokemon across oceans. Yeah, to go fight like giant legendaries and stuff. I like to think of it in my brain. It'd
And
be fun.
pirates? Are there Poke Pirates?
There's definitely There has to be Poke Pirates.
I mean, if Team Aqua exists,
Pokepirates.
that's a
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, Poke Pirates. You walk past a large. Funnily enough, by going to the Pokemon Center, you're actually going like to the farthest side of town. So you walk past a like large facility with multiple buildings called the Pokemon School, which is a place where like a lot of like fledgling trainers who like are looking to become trainers during the next season will go and complete their education there. You pass by an astoundingly huge building that says Vermillion Construction Co., which Coryne, you would actually be familiar with, because they did the construction of Pallet Town. They're the ones who built all of like the skyscrapers that are now in Pallet Town. And actually, any of you who've been Googling stuff for Seafoam City would know that they're handling the reconstruction after some idiot woke up Articuno.
Does that idiot happen
no.
to have a name that
It's
is a type
Graham.
of cracker?
No.
Yes.
No.
No!
Type of cracker.
Imagine.
There's another audio block for you. You're welcome.
Imagine.
It's Kenna's childhood bully, Graham, which we now blame for every bad thing that happens in this campaign.
Yeah.
But
Which we'd
the
have two
final
names.
building that you're going to pass before getting to the Pokemon Center is the Cerise Laboratory. I think all of you would be familiar with both the name and physically what the location would look like, given that Professor Cerise, while not the regional professor of Kanto, is still a very well-known professor. He's been doing his work here for like 30 or 40 years. He is sort of like the go-to expert on Pokemon across regions and dealing with international Pokemon like interactions. And as you pass by, you see it's like this like beautiful building with like large like a domed ceiling, and there's like somebody outside playing with some Pokemon. Like it's a very beautiful location.
You said somebody's outside playing with Pokemon.
Yes.
Can I detour to them really quickly?
Okay. You start like it's that thing where like you can just see it from the street of like the like wrought iron fence that's around the facility.
Mm-hmm.
There is a woman probably like 10 to 12 years your senior. She seems to be playing frisbee with a like pretty old Eevee and an even older Boltund, which is the evolved form of a Yamper, which is this electric like dog Pokemon.
Cute.
And she's like playing frisbee and she's wearing like athletic wear. And she's like, phew. So anything you need to say, like to her, go for
Yeah,
it.
just like across the fence, I'm gonna be like, "Hey there,
And she
is Professor Cerise in?"
Yeah, he's in today. Did you have a meeting with him?
No, possibly might set one up later. I just wanted to check and make sure he was here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's free till 5.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
Professor, what time is it?
It's like 10 a.m.
Oh,
You guys could honestly go handle the whole gym thing before going and dealing with Professor Cerise if you wanted to.
wonderful.
I turn to Seth and DJ and I just say, I mean, I don't actually have anything to say to the professor. I just wanted to see if they were here and not dealing with anything happening in Celadon since
That's fair.
of what Gavin said.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would still like to have a meeting with him if possible. I always like to
Oh,
pick the brains of professors to see what they know.
okay, hang on just a second. Hey there, sorry again. How do you set up
She
an
could
appointment?
also just go in to the building if we need to do that after. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. We have time.
We have a website, or you could just come in. Here, give me a second. And you see she reaches over down to a backpack and grabs a researcher's jacket and tosses it on and goes, "Hi, I'm Chloe. What can I do for you?"
Hey,
Hi,
Chloe. I'm going to
Chloe.
reach in my bag and put on my research jacket. I'll put this on. Seth Wake, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're here to speak with the professor about some pretty interesting business, but of course we were busy with other things in the city at first. We can come back later for a meeting. But just put us down for like 2 o'clock.
I would love to. Who are you?
Seth Wake. That was the hand for that introduction. I'm Seth
Okay.
Wake, Pokemon breeder, Cornucopia Daycare. From our care to your care.
Oh, okay. I don't think we have any orders with Cornucopia right now.
Yeah, this was more of a personal meeting with the professor.
Gotcha.
Just to
Okay.
introduce myself and kind of learn, as we are all hungry for knowledge in this world of Pokemon, right? So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I will
our thing.
check the professor's schedule. Go ahead and here, do you have and she's gonna like reach down to a tablet and she goes, "Can you just like write down your email there? We'll email you if we end up needing to put an appointment for a different day."
absolutely, Bowie. Just pick up Bowie.
No one blinks. Yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Okay, cool. You guys have a great day."
You too. Thanks.
All right, and Chloe will go back to
Doff the coat.
to
Put it back in the bag.
She pulls off her coat too and goes back to playing frisbee with Bolton and Evie.
Is it with you guys?
If you have a coat, you're gonna use it.
Yeah, you hear her from across the fence. You just do.
See,
You got to be a
don't get it. You don't
research
have a coat.
fellow, and
Got a
then you
coat.
get the
Yeah.
you get the lab coat. Yeah.
You wouldn't get it. You don't have one.
Not to be that guy, but where did you get that lab coat?
I
Yeah,
got it
where
from
did you
Oak
get it?
Labs. There's a little crest on it that says Oak Labs. Pretty cool.
It does.
Oh,
It does. It
did
does
you
say
work
Oak
there?
Pokemon Lab.
Temporarily.
How
It's a short
temporarily?
little- Time is. Oh, we're already at the Pokemon Center. Well, let's go ahead and get your Pokemon healed up.
DJ's gonna look at Coryne.
You
You're
just
like-
see Coryne. So like Coryne has like a slit in like both of her eyebrows, and you see both of her eyebrows at the slits just like go up. Like, are you joking?
That's crazy. That's
Perfect.
crazy. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
We had a
Getting to
Cornucopia
the-
Daycare X Oak Labs collab. It's pretty sick.
X Oak Labs.
Mhm.
Getting to the Pokemon Center, it is very easy to get set up for your rooms because for the first time since Seafoam, or since Palette, no, because even Palette was pretty full after everything. It has been a long time since you guys have stayed at a Pokemon Center that wasn't fucking crowded.
I don't know. Palette was kind of empty for.
It was empty before the attack happened,
For
and
a
then
minute.
after the attack happened, it was full of shit.
You make a good point.
Yeah, because it was like, I think the last empty one was Vermillion City, because that one was like there weren't a lot of
Mhm.
people staying there. Because then when you, on your way back to Palette, it was I don't think you stayed at that Pokemon Center. There was none on Cinnabar. The one you immediately left the one on Seafoam, and then the one on Fuchsia was like full of people. So yeah,
Yep. I'm glad to see a Joy not overworked.
yeah. No, there is a Nurse Joy
What
there.
a joy.
Who's it just will seem like she's having a good time. She's talking to people and she's getting going. Yep, absolutely. We'll get your Pokemon back to you within a few hours. Yep, we can do that for you. And she's just sort of talking, and every once in a while you can walk up if you'd like to get registered for your rooms. They do have
Put the coat
rooms.
back on. Just kidding. No, I don't. Walk back up. Just introduce our group and say, hey, we're here to check in for a room and potentially register for the gym. I don't know if we can.
You do that at the gym.
No,
You
didn't we
do that at the.
No, because Joyless had registered.
It's
at
different
the
for
thing.
every city. Here, Surge likes to. I think he said the words were "look into the eyes of his victims." So
Oh,
he
my
likes it when you
God.
go to the gym first. He's a little
Do you have a-
dramatic.
Do you have a dated quote on
Jesus.
when that happened? Because that will
I'm
make me
pretty-
feel more intimidated or less intimidated.
I feel like that's a daily sort of iteration that he has that he says out loud. I
Is that just
think.
like the
like a
affirmation on
fine.
the wall as you
That
walk
is
out?
Yeah, it's like
Smacks it. as he
It's like
leaves.
one of those US. It's like one of those I want
To
you
my
like
victims.
U.S. Army things, but it's like I want you to be the victim here.
Jesus.
Okay, well, we at least are looking to
Spooky.
get some rooms if it's not too full up.
We actually Yeah, we've quite a few rooms. There's 4 of you. I could give you all individual rooms if you want. We have a lot of space right now.
Oh,
Sure.
I wouldn't mind bunking with someone. Slumber party?
I'll go ahead.
Oh,
and take
okay,
you
I
out of the
guess.
room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I figured.
So-
I thought it was just gonna be dead silence,
solo
and I was gonna be like,
rooms,
okay, I guess I'll take one by myself. Do you have bunk beds by any chance?
Yeah. Yeah.
We get a room with
Smallest
bunk
room
beds?
possible.
So all of the rooms have bunk beds. I'm just putting some of you in different rooms so that you
Oh.
have space.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, not for us, Coryne. Aleppo and Tabasco like to be topsy bottomsies.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Papsies,
I'll
bottomsies.
take a solo room. Please and thank you.
I have whiplash from this conversation. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I think that's it for me.
Can I get some Pokemon heal?
Absolutely, yeah. And she slides out like a white tray that's got like semicircle like cups that you can put the Pokeball down into. And she goes, "How many Pokemon are we going to be doing for you today?"
2, please.
Okie doke. And there we go. Swipe a trainer card. All right. Oh, this one is newly caught. I'm going to go ahead and do a full diagnostic just to make sure. Look over, make
Okay.
sure there's no like longer sort of health issues. Recently caught right outside town, huh? Did you run into Diglett Cave?
Yeah, we walked right past it.
Pokemon have been a
So
little bit more
sad.
aggressive over there recently for
I
obvious
don't blame
reasons.
them. Yeah.
Hopefully, I think I was talking to some of the gym trainers, and they're hoping that can be done within the next month or so.
Oh, good.
And then hopefully Pokemon will be allowed. Obviously, we're not going to let trainers back in for probably another 2 months. We're going to let the natural ecosystem get back into everything. But between the gym and, VCC, it's really been moving at a quick pace. Our initial estimates were 6 to 8 months, and they've done it in just a couple months.
What is VCC?
Oh, Vermilion Construction Co.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, they're kind of they do a lot of our like public projects. They do a lot of good work for the community. Honestly, they have a trainer sort of like, it's not like really for trainers, it's for smaller Pokemon, but in their lobby they have like a Pokemon play park.
DJ's gonna turn around to everybody else. Giant anime eyes. Can we go?
Yeah, we're gonna drop our stuff off in our rooms once we're checked in.
Oh, we don't gotta go right now. I just moved before we
Gym,
leave.
And yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. Yeah.
And Coryne I don't even want to look at Vermilion. Can I just get a vibe on how
Can
that
you roll?
is that a yes
So
or
I need
no?
someone else who's not Kenna real quick to roll me a D100. I need someone who's not Kenna.
Matt, go for it.
It's
Get
kinda
ready
rolled the
for
last one.
lowest roll in your life.
Oh, don't roll low. Don't roll low.
35.
Go ahead and roll me Coryne for like an empathy roll.
Okay, so empathy is either int or charm. I'm gonna pick charm because my int is a d4. Okay, I rolled a 4.
You were rolling D4s in session 50 when I kept asking for int rolls?
What do you expect?
Sucks to suck.
I've been telling you this. It's a 4.
Okay, cool. For a
Yeah.
6, you don't get anything off Vermilion. However, off Joy, as you sort of like start to vibe, you see Joy kind of like glance over, and then like a slight tilt to the head, and then like a little like glint of recognition, a smile, a nod to themselves, and looking back into the conversation. Of
I say
sort of
nothing.
like, yeah, you say nothing. Okay, so both you and Joy are both being on the hush hush.
Well, time to hit the dusty trail. By that I mean, what room are we in?
Oh, here are your room numbers. Remember, your trainer IDs will work as your keys. And you guys head to your rooms. You can put down your stuff. You can clean up after 2 weeks on the road. You can stop by the buffet in the cafeteria and get some food in you. Feed all your Pokemons. Honestly, it's like a 2-hour long, like, to get everything done.
Like it.
What was the ability on your Rock Ruff?
Keen Eye. This Pokemon cannot take penalties or disadvantages to their attack rolls from abilities or moves used by other Pokemon, such as Sand Attack.
I see.
That's pretty cool.
You can't get no sand in your eye. Pocket sand doesn't work on Rockruff. Pocket sand.
Pocket say.
Pocket
Pocket
glitter.
glitter.
Okay, real quick for me, the professor. Are you guys headed straight to the gym from this? Or are you guys headed anywhere else?
I think the gym from here, unless
What's up, Torie?
Torie.
I would like to not do my gym battle till the next day if possible, so I can.
you're
talk to-
you're going to the gym to
registering.
register for your gym battle.
Oh, bet.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, cool. As you're starting to head out, Nurse Joy is going to stop you, DJ, and go, your rock ruff should be ready to go in probably like another hour or two.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Noticed a little bit of a temper on him, so I would just keep an eye out on that one. I know they get a little bit more angry as they get older, but just keep an eye on it.
I imagine. That's all right. He'll fit right in. He'll be all right.
Okay. You see she's keeping an eye on you and seems to like trust what you're saying, but also you know that when you listen to the Pokedex entry, it is common for trainers to dump these. So
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not offended.
yeah, okay.
I get it.
Okay, so I think we are heading out of the gym. Vermilion, what direction is that at?
It's this way. And you see at this point, not only do they now have the hoodie on that they've had before, but they went and they, even though it's like still kind of late winter, early spring, and it's kind of a warmer day, even still, they have pulled a scarf from somewhere and have that on the lower face as well. It seems like every stop you make, there's like another like bit to the
Layer.
disguise being added. But they go, it's this way. And they take you out of the front of the Pokemon doors and start to lead you guys like directly south. As you go by, they go, oh, DJ, on the road, you had mentioned something about wanting to see the Pokemon fan club.
Yes.
So, it's that big building over there. We'll hit it at some point while we're here. But it's that big 2-story oak building.
All right.
Not like the lab, like the wood. Get it?
No, I get it.
Yeah, but be careful of getting pulled into a conversation with the fan club president. He's a little weird
Oh.
and talks for a really long time.
Oh, that was kind of what I was trying to do.
I like look at Vermilion like
And then Vermilion just mouths to you, Genki, and then just goes,
I put
yeah.
my hands up. I put my hands up
That's
and I keep
fair.
walking.
Okay,
That's
as you guys continue to
that's
head...
kind of who I get along best with, so that'll work out great.
As you guys like
Two
past that,
peas in a pod.
you eventually get to this like sort of like down by the harbor, down by the ocean. There is this like very large blue building with sort of this like green, almost fortress-like building to the front of it, and these like carved and etched giant lightning bolts that kind of make an X across the front of it. It does not invite people in. It looks very much like avoid this building at all costs. It's very intimidating, and it cuts like a very rigid structure, as opposed to a lot of the other buildings that have a lot more of like curves and wood and look very nice. This building is like,
Brutalist architecture.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
brutalist with like lightning bolts thrown on it.
Jeez.
And you do see the occasional like doors will open and a trainer will come in and out, but it seems way like less crowded than the Seafoam gym ever did.
Is it a push door or pull door?
It's an automatic
No
door. You don't even have to worry
shit.
about it. You don't even have to
Great.
worry about it, baby.
Where's
Record
Kyle?
was a pull door,
Where's
and then
Kyle?
sand was the second option for the next gym. So, yeah, but let's get in here.
Okay.
Register.
As you guys start to get in, you get near the door and you hear zzz, zzz, and then you hear ow, motherfuck, and somebody just curses really loudly. And as the doors open, you see that this gym does not simply have a battlefield behind the doors, but you see an esoteric practice that is no longer practiced at most gyms, which is gym trial to get into the actual gym. You see metal bars sticking about 4 feet out of the ground that'll occasionally just arc electricity between them, and like little like people will be walking and it'll like arc lightning out of nowhere. And
it
you
will cartwheel them into the sky.
and it seems like they've set it up enough to where it feels almost like just a brief jolt versus the actual like any amount of amperage that would like hurt you, because amperage will fuck you up. But as you see it, it looks like in order to challenge this gym, there may be some sort of gym trial that you must complete.
thought Brand was the only one that still did that.
Well, I mean, it tracks that of all the other gym
It's
leaders.
the two old dudes.
Yeah.
I hate boomers.
No.
And thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Unbeatable. We will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
Thanks for watching this episode of Unbeatable. To support us, head on over to our Patreon and get access to our Discord, where we interact with our community and we gather questions for our monthly Q&As. Thanks for spending time with us, and remember, stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes. I'm gonna be the best trainer. You just wait, and I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable.